How's it going, guys? This is Uptown Hero with Highlander Heroes. I'll be honest, this time my audio messed up on the video, so I enlisted some help from the Discord. His name is...
My name is Jeff.
We've got Jeff from the Discord. He's going to help me mediate this video. Forgive us if we don't do a good job. We're not sportscasters, but we're going to give it the good old college try. So up first, we have above average running his Joyra deck. So Joyra used to be a really prevalent deck back in the day, and it kind of fell off a little bit about historic spells. So historic spells are legendary and artifact, and I think there's another thing, but artifacts is what Joyra's really trying to do. There's a thing in the business called Cheerios, which are 0-drop artifacts, and that's Joyra's bread and butter. So up next, we've got Autistic Dog, and I'll let Jeff explain what it does.
So, Autistic Dog has Kylo the Vast, and this is a legendary creature, a human with flying. The big thing about her is whenever she attacks, you may put an angel, demon, or dragon creature card from her hand. It's onto the battlefield and tapped and attacking that opponent. So she's not so bad. She's a 2/2. The problem is it's the surprise gifts that are coming for you. We don't know what it's going to be until she's tapped and attacking, and unfortunately at that point it's too late. So you really don't want to let her see the field.
Yeah, or at least you don't want to see him swinging.
Absolutely not.
So up next, we've got Hybrid. He's running a new deck. I don't really know much about it, honestly. Haven't really seen a lot of people play, but I have seen a few people play. It's the Fugitive Doctor and K9 Mark 1. I'm going to read the Fugitive Doctor's card, then I'm going to let Jeff read K9's card. So the Fugitive Doctor is 3 red and a green for legendary creature Time Lord. When the Fugitive Doctor enters the battlefield, you investigate. Whenever the Fugitive Doctor attacks, you may sacrifice a clue. When you do, target instant or sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback to a red and a green until the end of turn. And she's a 4/4.
Then we got his partner. It's the K9 Mark 1. So this is a 1/1. It's a single blue pip. It's a robot dog. Its ability is, as long as it's untapped, other legendary creatures that its controller has have ward 1. So his commander and other legendary creatures. And then you could pay a generic, a blue, and tap it, and target legendary creature cannot be blocked this turn. So I think it could work in a Voltron setting, but honestly I think he's just using these to get into the colors. That's really my 2 cents on the matter.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. Tamer is a really good combination of colors just for the creature tutors and the counter spells, honestly.
Absolutely.
And
the flashback is huge, I think, with the Fugitive Doctor's ability.
Oh yeah, being able to cast a Psych Rift twice, that's pretty powerful.
Absolutely. Lastly, we have my name is Jeff with his Kenrith build. That's my deck. It's my first CDH deck. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm doing half the time, but it's built as a mid-range. It's got Thassa's lines. It's got infinite mana loops with Dockside, and it's got your typical Breach LED lines as well. So I feel like it can adapt to the table at any point in the game. That being said, sometimes it absolutely does not, and I do nothing. So that is a thing.
Well, to be fair, you do a lot. I mean, honestly, if you and I sat across from each other on our Discord channel, I'm gonna target the hell out of you just because you do a lot of things.
Absolutely.
All right.
Also because I'm Canadian and Hiro hates Canadians.
I mean, I don't hate them, but they have access to poutine and I don't.
Absolutely.
And hockey.
You know, hockey's fantastic.
So we're gonna get right into the video. I hope you guys enjoy. If you like these types of videos and you want to see more of them, just let me know. Peace out. All right, so we've got above average. He's taking his first turn. He's drawing. He plays a Misty Rainforest. He's going to crack it. And then he plays a Soul Ring. And then he passes to Autistic Dog while he fetches.
I seem to remember Autistic mulling here. He might be 6 or 5 cards in his hand. I think he's just going to play a land per turn and then pass the turn.
Yeah. So Hybrid draws. He plays an Otawara for turn. Then a Chrome Mox. And it looks like he's imprinting a Veil of Summer. I'm going to tap the Chrome Mox for a Tender Wall. And then he's going to tap out, cast K9. And then it looks like he's going to pass the turn to Jeff.
Absolutely. I'm all down to 5 here. Drew my card. Probably wondered what the hell I'm going to do because I'm all down to 5. But let's see this play out. Land per turn. That is a Bloodstained Mire. Lotus Petal. Looks like I'm tap sacking my Bloodstained Mire.
Doing a lot of thinking over there, Jeff.
I think I might ship the. I think I shipped the turn there. I'm not sure. Or maybe I'm saying asking if I can shortcut and then looking at my deck list on my other screen to figure out what I'm shortcutting to.
Yeah. That is always really, really helpful to keep your deck list up just to make sure you know what you got.
Yeah, absolutely. And I always do.
And
mainly because a lot of times I don't know what I have, even when it's in my hand.
All right.
The turn at this point.
Yep. Looks like he passed it to average. He's drawing. He's going to look through. He's going to play an Ottawar himself.
That's odd to see 2 of them hit the field and not be channeled.
Yeah. So he's going to tap the Ottawar and a Soul Ring for a Ristic Study.
Big play.
It looks like everybody's going through priority. And while you're shuffling there, Jeff, let's take a second to admire these fancy sleeves you had made.
Oh, absolutely. So that's Enchant Creature. My name is Jeff. And I adore it.
Yeah, they're great.
It all came from Discord. We were just talking about it, and then I was like, I'm ordering it. Autistic just played an island per turn, and I think he just ships it. He was not super active this game.
Yep. So that is a swamp, just to be clear.
Oh shit, it is. Sorry.
You can't play an island in a Mardu deck.
It's not in his colors. He might have done better if he had an island. Maybe.
That's kind of the thing with Kalia, right? Is it's either all or nothing for a lot of the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Looks like Jeff's still a slow shuffler. It's been 2 people's turns and he's still shuffling.
That's just because I had nothing.
And now he's showing off his fancy sleeves.
What a stud. All right, I'm drawing for turn. So I did get a bad lands previously. Yeah, I can't really make out that other land. I think it's another fetch.
Yeah, it looks like a verdant catacombs.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, you're right. No, it's a shock because I just took 2 lives for it.
Yep. So an overgrown tomb.
And I put my own Ristic Study.
And then above average has a trigger. I don't know if they're waiting on priority or...
Yeah, I think they are waiting on priority here.
So it did look like hybrid in response cast a worldly tutor and paid for averages Ristic.
Absolutely. I wonder what he's going to get here.
I mean, the right call is Dockside most of the time. I wonder if that's what he does.
Dockside is the right... Yeah, what a stud. Dockside is always the right call, no matter what.
Yeah, even if there's 0 artifacts and enchantments on the board, you still tutor for Dockside.
I know I do.
Just hold it in your hand.
Yeah, I sleep with it at night.
I mean, I wouldn't just because he's a goblin. And you don't know what goblins do at night.
Well, I tell that to my wife.
Yeah. So it did look like his Ristic resolved. He played a land for turn, which was City of Brass, and now he's going to cast Joyra.
This is where it gets disgusting.
Yeah. Tap the City of Ass. And ship it to Autistic. Yep.
Card for turn. Drops another land. Another swamp and ships.
Okay, so hybrid untaps. He draws his Dockside. Let's see what he's going to do. It looks like hybrid's kind of mana screwed too. Just had the one land.
Oh, absolutely.
So he's going to sack the Tinder Wall for 2 red, and then cast the Dockside. This Dockside resolves. If it resolves, it's going to get 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 2 Ristics and a Soul Ring. We got some Ristic triggers. Yeah, Dockside resolves for 3.
And that's just a good value Dockside. Get him some mana fixing.
Especially if you only have one land on the board, right? You need that.
Yeah.
So
And who knows? He might have a way to flicker it as well.
I must be mana hurt too because I just played a Gemstone Caverns as my land for turn. Oh, and then everybody's favorite Goblin Pirate, another Dockside. And I paid the Ristic trigger like a responsible Magic player.
Looks like it's resolving around the table.
Wonder if Hybrid's going to sack his treasures. Absolutely not. So 6 or 7 here.
It's not looking, yeah, it's not looking like he's sacking them.
No, and I've already put my treasures on the field. I think with his value Dockside, though, he needed that mana.
Yeah. And, that's a pretty good play on your part. Because knowing he needed the mana, that's 3 more mana that you're going to get out of it.
Absolutely. I will mention that I mulled down to 5 cards, and I probably don't have anything good here, so I just shift the turn with my 7 treasures sitting pretty. 2 cards in hand.
Right, so Average is going to draw. He's got a Joyer on the board, so he's unlocked and ready to go. Did he just pass? Looked like he passed. Oh, no.
Tapped his soul ring. Maybe not.
Okay, so that is a Helm of Awakening. So basically what that does, it makes all spells cost 1 less, which is very important for Joyra, because you're going to just be casting 1-drops for free and drawing cards. So he's going to get a Joyra trigger. He's drawn his card. He plays... what land that is. Man, these altars and proxies are really hard to understand.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know what that is. It's a land. It's down there with his land. It's got to be a land. And then he played a Mana Vault, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like a Mana Vault. So he's going to get a Joyra trigger. Bleeding a little bit.
Yeah, he did that a lot. I'm going to draw for a stick.
Going to get his draw, looks like. There's Joyra. Okay, looks like we're still waiting on priority.
Yeah, I just saw Hybrid pass. I thought we passed as well, because let's be honest here, I don't know what the hell he's doing.
And you tapping 3. Okay, so it looks like Hybrid's going to respond with a lightning bolt. Ristic trigger for both you and Average. Looks like you didn't pay for either. I assume the lightning bolt's targeting the Joyra.
Yeah, I would have to say that that is accurate.
Retconning this a little bit, that's the reality chip.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so it looks like Average is going to cast Misdirection, targeting the lightning bolt.
Ristic trigger. Man, the Ristic studies have been paying off.
It looks like it, yeah. I mean, when does Ristic ever not, right?
No, absolutely. It either gets blown up right away, or it goes ham. It looks like the robot dog gets it.
Yep. So he misdirected the lightning bolt into the canine. Okay. So the reality chip resolved. So that means that he gets to look at the top of his library whenever he wants to.
Which is huge for Jorah.
Oh yeah.
You know, and this is why they call her Hot Sisay.
Oh no, she is objectively uglier than Sisay.
I don't know, man.
Okay, looks like Autistic just passed.
Passed.
Yeah.
He's in trouble.
Okay. Tapping the chrome box for a talisman of hierarchy, it looks like.
Yep. Couple heuristic triggers for the boys. Alright, so it looks like a little bit of end step action here. Oh no. Yeah, end step.
Instead, you're going to cast an intuition.
Intuition. I wonder what I'm going to get.
What the hell were you thinking?
I would like Underworld Breach, Sabine's Recolation, and Lion's Eye Diamond, please.
It looks like Average has got the answer. He's going to cast a Fierce on it.
Absolutely he is.
You get a heuristic trigger.
And then I'm going to put Sadness on the stack.
Man, it feels bad every time.
Yeah. I had to try.
Absolutely.
Up to this point, there was not much interaction. Bit of glare, can't see that land.
Come on, pass, Jeff. Tell me what that land is.
Don't know, buddy. I don't know. It's absolutely a land. I don't keep anything else down there. I took 2 life for it.
So obviously it was a shot.
Trigger. Paying with the Gemstone Caverns. Thinking long and hard about tapping my Badlands there. And then the Mystery Land has been tapped. That is a Dark Ritual, paying for the heuristic trigger. Like a responsible Magic player. Look at that 3 black mana. Just floating. CMC. What do I have that? Oh, that's a 1 ring. Aim for the heuristic trigger.
What a responsible Magic player you are.
I know. Too bad it did nothing for me. And then that's me untapping my Mox Opal, realizing that all spells are 1 to cast.
Yeah, the best thing about the helm is it's for everyone. It's not just the person that cast it.
I missed it the spell before, but I figured I could rewind that exact one. Ugh. Seems like I'm going to tap the ring, put a burden counter on it, and then draw a card.
Doing a lot of thinking over there, Jeff.
Oh, absolutely. I'm thinking of how fucked I am.
Oh, man. Looks like you just pass.
Yep.
After the sadness went on the stack, you just couldn't recover, right?
No, I remember thinking if it gets back to me, I gotta do some damage, and I don't know if it did.
So Average drew his card for turn. He's also doing a little bit of thinking. I don't remember what that is. I know that you've got a heuristic trigger, and he pays for it. Okay, he gets a Joyer trigger. He's going to look at the top with the reality chip.
He was leaking every time he peeked at his top card too.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that big time. Luckily, I didn't know what any of the cards were because I was not familiar with this build.
All right, Chrome Mox. I'm printing a miscast. And you know, with the reality chip and Joyra, it really reminds me of Elsha the Infinite. Do you know what that deck?
Yeah.
You know, have you seen that deck?
No, absolutely not.
Hybrid's got an Elsha deck. I don't know if he still plays it or not, but maybe one of these days on the channel or in the Discord, we can hit him up to play it. It's disgusting. It does the exact same thing with the reality chip. You can look at the top, but you can also cast them from the top as long as they're historic spells.
That does sound disgusting.
Yeah.
I feel like the Divining Top would work well in this deck as well.
That's one of the win conditions in Elsha. So he's going to tap a couple. Man, I'm sorry, guys. I don't really know what a lot of these artifacts are. I'm going to have to fix that in post. So he's bleeding a little bit. That kind of look like a mental. Nope, that was a grinding station. So he's going to get a Joyra trigger. Looks like priority is going to go around the table.
I drew a boatload of cards from this stuff as well. I remember salivating, hoping it was going to get to another turn for me at this point.
Do you remember if you had win in hand?
I drew some fire. I had a meal, I believe. So I'm delaying something on the stack here. That must have been the grinding stone, I assume.
Yeah, the grinding station.
Sorry.
Grinding station, you can tap it and target player mills 2 cards, I think. And then whenever another artifact comes into the battlefield, you can untap grinding station.
Oh. So it's really just for top deck manipulation.
That, and if you're playing a bunch of artifact stuff, you can mill other people out. It's a pretty good Underworld Breach combo. Because with LED, you can just continuously feed your yard.
Oh, absolutely. That is a great idea.
It's what a lot of mono red and Rakdos decks, that's how they utilize Underworld Breach.
Okay. Yeah, so you gotta have that blue. Blue is so important in competitive, I find.
Yeah, I went a little bit to where I was trying to do Sans blue, and I'm too much of a blue player to give it up, you know?
I don't think I can ever do a deck with a blue and red, because I need Dockside and I need my interaction.
Yeah. My colors used to be Sultai, which is blue, green, and black. And then Dockside became a thing.
Yeah, and Dockside ruined everyone's life.
Yeah. Alright, so he's getting another Joyra trigger. So basically the way Joyra's works is you try to get your artifacts as cheap as possible, and then you just puke out artifacts and draw cards. Most of the artifacts that Joyra plays are inconsequential. They're just so that you can draw a card.
Absolutely. smoking some mana here.
Looks like he floats some mana. That looks like a bounce spell for everybody.
I believe so, yeah. At this point, he's threatening the win.
I think you're right. So what he's probably trying to do is bounce all of his artifacts back to his hand so he can re-puke them out and draw a bunch of cards.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
So all of your
Saga
treasures. Okay.
And it looks like I'm trying to fierce it.
Yeah, hard casting the fierce.
Yeah, hard casting the fierce. And probably paying the Ristic like a good Magic player would do.
So it looks like Average is trying to decide whether he wants to counter your fears.
And it resolves.
Okay, so he's gonna draw, cast a Mana Crypt. So he's gonna get a Joyer trigger.
And I'm gonna get a Ristic trigger.
He's looking at the top again. Okay, so whatever that card is, he's manipulating the top of his deck.
Yeah.
He's going to cast a Mana Vault, get a Joyer trigger.
Ristic trigger.
Top again. He's going to cast a Felwar Stone.
This board state is just unreal.
Yeah, I think he's got a Foundry Inspector, a Mystic Forge. So Foundry Inspector is another cost reducer. And I think Mystic Forge also does the same thing as the Reality Chip.
And he just got himself 7 treasures.
Yeah, it looks like a Dockside. It's a proxy. It's like a...
The Aldark kind of throw me off.
Well, I think it's the distracting art that threw you off.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is his Red Elemental Blast, and I believe he's targeting the Ristic Study.
Yeah. So now he's basically got carte blanche.
Absolutely, yeah. This is the beginning for the end here.
I have no idea what that card is. Maybe I'll
Hopefully by
yeah, maybe I'll be able to remember it by the time I get the video edited.
yeah, and then when you're editing, you can always just screenshot and ask me.
Okay, it looks like Hybrid's going to have a response. He's going to attempt a Force of Negation.
Hard cast.
Looks like he looked at the top with the reality chip. And he's going to mind break trap the force of negation. It looks like Hybrid's good to scoop. Looks like everybody else is good to scoop as well.
Except for me. I'm stubborn, and I wanted to know what the win was because I have pro everything until my next turn. And then he proceeded to tell me that he's going to bounce the rest of my board. And that was good enough for me. And that's why they call her Hot Sissy.
You're just not going to let me give that down, huh?
No, it's just me that says it.
Sound off in the comments whether you think Joyra is hotter than Sissy. I might be a little, subjective or whatever, just because, I play Sissy a lot. So
I think Sissy's the better card. Absolutely. I just think Joyra is hotter.
Yeah, I think Joyra has a lot of good stuff going for her, but she also suffers from the I play a bunch of bad cards just to do one cool thing. And I guess Sissy kind of does that a little bit, but the difference between Joyra and Sissy is Sissy has access to all the colors, and it's really sandboxy, right? You're trying to react to what other people are doing. And Joyra, you're just trying to play solitaire.
Absolutely. And, a little bit of artifact hate, and all of a sudden, Joyra was turned off.
Oh, yeah. Collector Oof would have just shut his game down.
But, I don't like stacks, so it wasn't coming from me being one of the only green players on the table.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you or Hybrid like stacks, but sometimes stacks are necessary to keep, pesky artifact players in check.
Absolutely. And a piece like that would have perhaps made the game see a few more turns. Unfortunately, Autistic was shut down with no rocks and no land.
Yeah.
And so it was, it was truly almost a 3-player game because of that. But unfortunately, my name is Jeff was not victorious.
I think, what is the, it's a demon with Kalia. It's a one-shot kill. Let me look it up real quick.
Oh, yes. It takes the player's life total down to 1, and then Kalia will finish off the damage with her with her remaining 2.
Master of Cruelties. So anybody that's been playing Magic for a while and has played against a Kalia deck has been killed by this. So you attack with Kalia, and then you cheat in this Master of Cruelties, and it sets the opponent's life total to 1, and then Kalia kills it, or kills the player rather. Yeah, it is kind of unfortunate that Autistic Dog didn't have a really good showing. Because Kalia is one of those commanders that a lot of people are scared of, because it can just one-shot kill you out of nowhere.
Absolutely. She kind of reminds me of the Beamtown Bullies.
Yeah, a little bit. As far as what Hybrid was doing with the Fugitive Doctor and K9, I didn't really understand what he was doing. And it may be something that we can talk about on a different video, have him do a deck tech or something, just because it's something that a lot of people, Yeah, a lot of people are trying it, and I've heard things, but I don't exactly know what the deck does. So, what did you have in your hand at the very end of the game? Did you think that you could close the game out?
Yeah. So I had a Grand Abolisher. I had an Emil the Bless for the Dockside Loop, and I was just salivating at all of those artifacts that were already on the battlefield. And I believe my game plan was Mayhem Devil there, just for the quick and dirty Dockside Loop and sack.
Oh yeah, that would have been quick and dirty for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I do love me some Mayhem Devil.
It's killed me a few times, I can tell you that. All right, with that, I think we're going to close this video. If you guys like this format and want to continue, I'm pretty sure there's another video that at least half of the video sound kind of messed up, and it's all because I'm an elder millennial that doesn't know how to do technology and didn't have the right thing muted on OBS. So there's a good possibility that one of the next gameplay videos is also going to be like a sports casting type scenario. So if you like it, let me know. We'll keep it coming. Jeff, thank you so much for being a part of this video. I appreciate, man, just hanging out and bantering and just doing what friends do. It's what all this channel's about.
You know what? It was really fun. It's hard to make the calls, especially if you're not exactly sure what even I'm doing. I had the easiest task. I had a guy that played a land and pass, and then I had to narrate what I did. And honestly, like, it's mainly because I also don't know what I was doing at the time, but having to watch it, a week later, I was lost.
Yeah. Well, not just that, and I'm gonna brag on you a little bit. As far as I know, in the Discord, you've been playing the least amount, right? How long has it been now?
I started playing in the spring of last year, so just before Lord of the Rings came out is when I started playing Magic and started playing Commander right away. But in terms of competitive, I started in the fall. So my first CDH deck I made in October.
Yeah, so I think you joined in the middle of November, so me and you met right after you started playing CEDH, and man, I was immediately impressed with your grasp of the game after only playing a few short months. So kudos to you for being able to figure out, in this scenario, what all these cards are, and being able to figure out just by looking at them. That's 90% of the battle when you're playing Magic, is to just know what that card is.
And then when you get into the odd lists, like the Jorah's, like he played a lot of cards that honestly I haven't even seen before.
Yeah, and
that can get tough.
A lot of it is they're making so many alternate arts nowadays. It's hard to know what something is. And, my favorite part about Commander is the fact that it's a casual format. Even though we're playing competitively, that doesn't mean that it's still not a casual format. So we can play with proxies, right? And it's even more so in CEDH because not a lot of people have the ability to spend, $2,000 on a mana base for their 5-color deck, or even more than that.
And that's why we saw a land with boobies on it today.
Yeah, absolutely. And a dockside with boobies on
it. Everybody loves that.
Yeah. All right, guys. I appreciate you. Check us out on the next one. If you guys like the video, go ahead and do that. If you want to subscribe, that's cool too. Again, Jeff, thanks for coming on. I'll see you in the next one.
Pleasure. I had fun. See ya.
His name's Jeff.
My name is Jeff.